Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics Peek-A-Blue. It's another core member of the Great Rebellion, finally being added to the collection to build up the Princess of Power ranks. So let's go ahead and check her out. As you can see, she comes on that standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card packaging, complete with that Princess of Power logo sticker right there on the front of the blister. And when you flip her around to the back side, we get a look at some of the other figures available in the Classics line, as well as a brand new bio for Peek-A-Blue. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at Peek-A-Blue outside of the packaging. Now, I will say this is one of the Princess of Power characters that I have been anticipating for quite some time. Along with the likes of Mermista, Peek-A-Blue was always a favorite of mine from the old Princess of Power lineup, just because I always thought she had a really unique look. I was really anxious to see how the peacock feathers were going to be done on the Classics version, and we'll go ahead and start there. I think they look pretty fantastic. Now, the peacock feathers are a separate piece that can be plugged into the back of the figure. So, if you look at the back of the figure with the feathers removed, you'll notice that she does have a giant hole in her back. This is where the feathers will actually plug in. So you can pull those out if you want to, and they do clip in nice and solid. And then the peacock feathers also have the ability to fan out. Now, one thing that's done really nice on these is the detailing on them, because they just look big and beautiful. Great feather detail there. I love the little eye designs at the top of them. Has a really great paint job too. The feathers themselves are done in blue. The little eye emblems on the tips of all of the feathers are done with this really beautiful metallic green and some yellows and oranges there. But the best part about it is this gorgeous kind of light green shimmer that is done on all of the feathers to kind of capture that shimmer that an actual peacock's feather has. That paint job right there is the best part of this, and I don't know if it comes across really well in this video, but you can really see the way the light is reflective off of it. It just looks fantastic and really kind of brings the feathers to life and makes them feel like something special. So those feathers are the main attraction with Peek-A-Blue, so I definitely think they needed to be something special, and I will say that the Horsemen and Mattel did a pretty great job in my opinion. I just really love the way they turned out. So let's look at Peek-A-Blue herself. We'll go ahead and start with that head sculpt, because first of all, look at the face. She's gorgeous. Another beautiful female sculpt there. Wonderful paint job. The colors on this figure are really nicely done as well. She definitely has a bit of a pastel color scheme. Her hair is this really bright green. And there's one thing I'll say about it. While the sculpt is really nice, looks a lot like a lot of the flowing hair we've seen in a lot of the figures, it does look as though it might be just molded in that green plastic, and there's really no wash or extra paint detail going on there, so it's just really bright green. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but it does stand out. It's noticeable that there's no extra wash or anything going on with the hair. The bodice she's wearing is a really nice light blue that has the fan design that sort of has this cool metallic powder blue paint job to it. And that same blue is used on her wrist bracers as well as her boots. And then the yellow kind of loincloth piece she's wearing is beautiful. I also really love that red belt going around her waist that has the eye on it, which is a total throwback to the vintage action figure. Most of the figure is painted very nicely, and all the colors are bright and vibrant, like I said. I do have a few paint splotches, mostly around the boots there, but overall, she looks gorgeous. I think she's a great sculpt, and the colors on this figure really stand out. Alright, my friends, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Peek-A-Blue here. So, let's go ahead and start by talking more about these feathers, just so I can kind of show off how exactly the feature works. You can see, like I said, you got the little fanning feature going on there, so the feathers just fold up in the back. You can just easily pull them down just like so. Very easy to fold them back up if you want to. And this does plug into the back. You can see it's just a nice long peg there. It does have a metal tip on there. And it's got a little hole in Peek-A-Blue's back. So it's very easy just to kind of plug that back in place and you're ready to go. If you wanted to, you could even kind of plug it in upside down and make it like a a sweet little feather dress that she's got going on back there. So it's kind of neat that it works that way, and it locks in nice and firm. You don't have to worry about it falling out or anything like that. So functions very, very well. Now, let's talk about the articulation, because one of the things that you are going to notice is that when she's got the feathers on, that is going to limit the articulation in the head. The way that the hair kind of billows back like that, you can see it really gets stuck with those feathers there. So you're not really going to be able to do a lot of turning of the head. You're going to have to you're either going to have to turn the head and then plug the feathers in, but you can see it really gets in the way. So head articulation is going to be limited with the feathers in, but when they're off, it articulates just like we've always seen. It's on that nice little ball joint there, so you can pull that off if you want to. It's very easy to do that. We can just pop the head back on like so. She's got the ball joints to the shoulder, so the arms can go upwards, forwards, backwards. You got the swivels at the bicep, standard joint at the elbow, swivels at the wrist. You can swivel her waist right there. In this skirt piece that she's wearing is a bit of a softer plastic. The legs can split outwards about that far before it runs into the skirt there. You can kind of sit her forward. You can see it goes pretty good. Pretty good. You got the swivels at the thigh cut there. You got your standard joint at the knees. There's no boot cut articulation. There's also no pins, though, at the ankles. And the ankle articulation's pretty good. It's not overly tight, but it's not way too loose either. I mean, you can see good motion there, great range to it, and she does stand pretty good. So then we talk about the balance issues with the feathers. Obviously, these are big, and they are a bit weighted there, so it might cause some balance issues depending on how you pose her. You can see for just a regular old stance, she stands up very well. So, you know, if you want to kind of pose around and get a little crazy with her poses, you might have instances where it gets a little heavy on the back and she falls backwards. So in cases like that, a figure stand might help you out. But the good news is that she does stand really good on her own if you're just going to put her in a basic pose there. So aside from the awesome peacock feathers, Peek-A-Blue also includes 2 accessories. First up, she does have that standard Princess of Power shield with the gem in it there that we've seen with a lot of the Princess of Power ladies. Same sculpt, clips onto the wrist the same way. This one here is painted with a nice blue and metallic blue color scheme with a nice yellow gem set in it. And her second accessory is a brand new one, and it's a very cool little weapon. It's a fan blade, and that's pretty neat. Works with the fact that, you know, her peacock feathers fan out, so it's kind of a cool little accessory for her. It's done in sort of a red color, but the little eye emblem on there is a bit of a metallic red, and it's got a little handle on there that can be held easily in either one of her hands. So definitely a fun little extra accessory with this one. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Here's a look at this brand new Masters of the Universe Classics Peek-A-Blue standing alongside my vintage Peek-A-Blue, which really needs her hair combed. But here you can see the differences between the 2 figures as well as the similarities. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Masters of the Universe Classics Peek-A-Blue. As I said in the beginning, this is one of the Princess of Power figures that I personally have been anticipating because I always thought she had a really cool look. She definitely ranks with Mermista among my personal favorites, and I'm really happy to be adding her to the Great Rebellion. One of the things that's so great about all of the Princess of Power figures is the wide array of vibrant colors. Seriously, standing them all together is just beautiful. All of those colors really radiate, they're very cool looking, and they are such unique and fun characters. And I'm so happy that we have really built up the ranks of our Great Rebellion display. So Peek-A-Blue is part of the 2015 Club Eternia subscription and will be available on MattyCollector.com in July. So happy hunting, my friends. And once again, I'd like to give Mattel a special thanks for sending along the figure early for us to take a good look at. Hey, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and also subscribe. Until next time, my friends.